The Pokemon game's taking it to the next level.
Okay, what the hell is it?
Explain what's going on.
The easiest way to say what Pokemon is, it takes Google Maps. You have to sign into Google. It takes Google Maps and all the information that's in Google Maps, and it makes it the level of a video game. So instead of playing a level, you're playing your own street. You're finding creatures in your house. And so then there's places like churches are called gyms. That's where you go, and if you go to a church, you can like train your fighter to be stronger and stuff like that. So you're using real world places and like landmarks, and you're finding things at like water fountains. Like if you go to the water fountain, there's a bunch of coins there. So it's using the
Whoa.
And what's crazy is like if you're at the Comedy Store. On Google Maps, you can like upload your own photos. You know, it's like I was at the Comedy Store on Google Maps, so it pulls that information also. So if you're playing the game, you'll be like, oh, there's a Andy Kaufman sign. If we go to the Andy Kaufman sign, we can get some treasures, and it shows you the Andy Kaufman sign in the video game. But here's the crazy thing: in 2 days, it's almost every single person has downloaded it and played it.
I have not.
And the crazy thing I was thinking of is how awesome is it that it's connected to Google, and we're sending, because it opens your camera at parts of the game when you're battling, and it's scanning your room, your houses, and it's sending it to Google.
You're crazy.
So this is like the best way that Google is now getting a complete map of our house inside. It's It's scanning every street. In like 1 year, Google is going to be able to see every single inch of every single place inside and outside because of this game.
How long has it been out? Like 3 days, right?
3 days.
It's already on more phones on Android than Tinder, and it's about to pass up Twitter.
Yeah.
I really think we should bring typewriters back. I'm sorry.
And no one's thinking about this, though. We're just opening our camera and recording our rooms and sending it to Google.
Wait a minute.
I'm not.
Is this real?
Joe, you're not. Are you?
I was just looking up I knew we were going to talk about it, so I pulled up some stuff already. There's like the interesting thing that's happening with it being on open GPS maps is those places, those locations. Mm-hmm. Like there's a guy's home that's been turned into one of these gyms, and he's like mad that people are showing up outside of his place.
It's because he bought an old church, and so churches in the game automatically become gyms. So people are hanging outside of his house now.
But also, interesting things like this have happened, where the Westboro Baptist Church has been overtaken by a gay-friendly Pokemon.
Yes.
And so people are like kind of, I don't know, necessarily trolling them and whatnot.
Now that I kind of like.
But then, so by walking around and looking for things, a teenager found a dead body somewhere.
In just 3 days, they've already found
and now,
dead body found by teenager hunting water Pokemon.
Yeah, she found it underneath a bridge.
Oh my God.
And this last part too.
I was trying to get a water Pokemon, Wiggins told CNN. Instead, she made an alarming discovery, a dead body close to the Wyoming Highway 789 bridge. I probably would have never went down there if it weren't for this game, she admitted. But the scary incident isn't deterring her. Wiggins says she will continue to play the game.
I saw somebody playing on the highway.
Everybody's playing the game.
On the way here, I saw somebody playing on the highway.
Oh, my God. Traffic's bad enough. We don't need this.
Last night when I was waiting for my Uber at my house, just 3 minutes, I saw two different groups of kids, like one on skateboards and one on bikes, just playing the game. And what's scary is, like, on that article, now armed robbers are robbing people at certain places in the game because they know the kids are going to be there with like new phones, like iPhones and stuff.
Whoa.
So they're waiting at certain places, coming out, stealing their phones.
Whoa. The game allows players to drop a lure module in a real-world location to attract high numbers of Pokemon for 30 minutes. The lure modules have reportedly also been used by business owners to bring people to their stores. Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah. So Dairy Queen.
So this is the next level.
Yes.
This is what starts the next level. This kind of thing. The next level of what's that?
Internet.
This is augmented reality that's going to take over just as well as
and it's also scanning, just like Snapchat scanned all our faces using all these filters now, and they have they could 3D model all our faces now because we've been scanning our faces. Now they're scanning the whole entire United States. They're going to have maps of everything inside and outside in like less than a year.
Well, didn't we think though that eventually that was going to be inevitable and that was going to be unavoidable?
Yeah.
And there's the technology is going to dissolve all the windows. Well, this is the next dissolving of the windows.
Mm-hmm. There's no more curtains
but
on the window.
it's also fascinating that it's an augmented reality. Like that's what got everybody in. Like that the augmented reality is what snuck everybody in. And then everybody's like, I'm in, let's play a game.
Yay, I'm part of the game.
And then
you're like, what
You're
is
completely
happening?
sucked into this very bizarre
Yeah, it makes
new
no
world
sense to
where
me.
you're playing a game but wrapped around your own actual environment. What are you showing me
This
here?
guy owns the gym of that guy's house. So he's
Owns-
a virtual owner of
Oh, a
his
virtual-
property,
oh.
technically. And it can be
Can you-
won or stolen or
Oh
taken
my
or something. I
God.
don't
He
know
goes,
how it works.
woohoo, I met the owner of my gym. Nice guy. Oh my God. He's like, yeah, please don't tell anybody where I live,
Please
dude.
get away from my house
I mean,
right now.
they're going to get sued. Those Pokemon people are going to get sued for sure.
There's going to be a lot of lawsuits about this game. There's going to be a lot of people dying. I said,
sure.
on the way here, I saw somebody using it while driving.
Now, what do you do?
Do you think that dead body was somebody trying to get a water Pokemon that just missed? And
No,
It's
that
probably a
dead
homeless
body
guy.
was probably somebody murdered or a homeless person. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have
I'm just
to
saying,
be.
he could have been under there. Where's the water? And then
Imagine,
that's
well,
it.
does somebody, okay, when you find something, find like a water lure, is that what it was?
Yeah, not
No, it's a lure.
What?
So what? It's this thing that you can drop on the ground. And
So did someone drop it where the dead person was?
no, she was just searching for Pokemon. Like you go, it's kind of. It reminds me of like when you're a kid and you're on your
Scavenger hunt?
bicycle, and you're going around your neighborhood, like playing adventure, like looking at things and finding things. It's kind of like that. It makes you kind of go out in your neighborhood
No.
and look at stuff. Like I didn't know that there was like a Buddha across the street in like this forest by my house, and I found out by this game because it was like, go here, there's some stuff here, and
Whoa.
so it's kind of cool because it shows you around your neighborhood and stuff like that you might have not known. It's kind of like that old game, geo-tagging game that people used to play where it's like go to these coordinates and you'll find like a present and,
Dude, if you got really cynical, it's like some sort of an alien talking to you going, move around your coordinates and
Yeah.
take photographs of everything so I
You're
can
crazy.
recreate it perfectly.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see what
No
businesses are doing. Like Dairy Queen, like I said, dropped something on the ground, and it's like paying customers only can come here and get Pokemon.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's cool how
That's
businesses-
probably smart.
Yeah.
That's smart for
for
them.
some people. Yeah, can you imagine? Like I grew up in South Philly. We didn't look at anything, and if we saw something, we just kept walking. That's just how
Well,
it
we don't have
goes.
to do that anymore, Eleanor.
Yes, you
It's like,
do.
there's no more slaves, and you don't have to ride a horse around.
Oh yeah,
either.
I'm gonna go taking pictures around my mom's neighborhood. Yeah, all right.
So let me explain to me, because let me understand
Mm-hmm.
how this works. You're playing it. So if you're playing it, like, what are you seeing? What are
Right
you
now-
seeing on the ground?
Right now, I see nothing. I'm looking around. I could see down the street. There's some cool places to get more coin, or it's called Pokeballs, which you use to capture.
So these
animals.
places exist. How they just decide that the things are there.
It's random, but what they usually do is they take certain things in Google Maps. Like all the churches are gyms where you go to work out and
Right.
stuff like that. Your Pokemons. Then they take like things like the Comedy Store and they put certain, like they know it's a landmark. So they there's a lot going on there. Like last night, if you go to the Comedy Store now, you haven't been there in a couple of days. Every single person's playing. Every single person working there is playing. Every comic is. Everyone's just out there on their phones.
How did this happen so quick?
It's huge, man.
Dude, I just heard about this like maybe 2 days ago.
Yeah, me too. 2 days ago, I saw a couple
Started
pictures,
as an
and I
April
was like,
Fool's
"What's
joke
happening?"
on YouTube. This video of what someone made a fake application that looked like this, and it turned out to be a really good idea that someone
Took
developed.
Developed,
It's
okay.
now
But
out.
overnight it's doing because it really hits this nerve in your head of collecting things, and when you're going like, look what I've collected, look what I've collected.
Whoa.
And it's the perfect thing to do when you're bored. Like I was in the Uber, I'm just sitting there while we're driving by the Hollywood Bowl. I'm like, oh, there's some cool stuff here. I'm gonna get here. So it's a good thing to do when you have nothing else to do.
But what do you mean get? Like you just as long as your phone.
It's like you're collecting
Scans
virtual
it?
items. It's like you're collecting virtual items.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Whoa.
Stock race.
Pokemon chasing investors led. Send Nintendo's.
Oh, my God.
Go out there. Make it smaller. Send Nintendo shares soaring. Craze added $9 billion in market value.
Yeah.
To gaming company. What?
Holy
Nintendo was
shit.
hurting.
What?
Nintendo was hurting before this.
Come on, this is
Oh,
incredible.
that's right, Nintendo. Yeah, that's old
Okay,
school.
so you're walking around. Explain this to me. I'm looking at this person holding their hand
Okay,
up.
so-
They're walking around and they have like a phone open where they see the image of what's in front of
There
them.
she is.
But
Yeah.
Pokemon stuff is just sort of floating around.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
And then you could grow eggs. You can share, or you can train your characters to be stronger, and then you can battle other characters at gyms. And it's and this is, by the way, is just the first version. They just this, they're going to be adding so much to this. And what's interesting to note, I heard a rumor maybe that the new Grand Theft Auto is going to be doing the same thing. So you're going to be playing Grand Theft Auto using Google Maps. So you're going to be at your house, and your house is going to be your house. And so this is just the beginning of this whole idea of taking Google's information and
It's
giving.
getting people outside.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh yeah, one of the things is that they're already saying that people are like kids are complaining about sore legs and like.
Little brats, get them out there.
Maybe this would be the video game that
gets
fixes
people active.
Fixes
Yeah.
people who are addicted to video games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
Wow.
only positive thing I see. I mean, it just
Oh my
makes
God,
me nervous.
they're all just hanging around playing with each other.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
shit.
this is insane.
This is like the Comedy Store last night.
Comic-Con in San Diego is going to be a zoo with this
Oh
probably.
yeah, I forgot about stuff like that.
This
yeah.
is fucking insane. I can't believe I'm
Oh,
just.
look at her leg.
Look at her sore
What
legs.
happened?
Is that from being sore?
That's not sore. That's like
Come on, they're
she
fighting
walked
each
through
other.
something.
They're fighting
Yeah.
animals.
I also heard that they banned it in San Francisco, but I haven't looked to see if that's true or not. Like some cities are actually banning it because people are not paying attention, just going into traffic and. Oh my God. And
Well, I can say there was probably a lot of them on the 405 today.
Yeah.
'Cause there was,
I saw
Well,
somebody. Yeah.
if you think about it, this is probably just the next step in what we're eventually going to get, which is some sort of a reality that we can manipulate all the time. Like this is one
Yeah.
part of it. We're going to have little games in the regular reality, but you're going to have to look through your phone to see it. But how long before that's glasses that you're wearing, like that Microsoft
Yeah.
shit? What
weren't
was
they
it?
already coming up with that?
Yeah.
That thing?
What is it called again? Magic Leap?
That's one. I think that's the Google one. Microsoft is
Oh,
the
it was
HoloLens.
Google. Is the one I'm
HoloLens.
thinking of.
Is
Yeah.
are they both with goggles?
They're both augmented reality, but they're both developed around augmented reality. And supposedly Magic Leap is supposed to be awesome. I don't want to say it's better, but
So no one
it's
likes
supposed
regular reality anymore.
Come on, if you have a pair of glasses, if you just put on a pair of glasses.
What's that?
You put on a pair like They Live style. I mean, Jesus Christ, They Live is going to be real.